Today, we are in it for results. So we're going to give you a brief overview of what the Get It Done track is so that you can understand what it is. So the Get It Done track basically says this is a 12-week action. Operative word is action. Mama Action. My mother calls me Mama Action. She called me that at my wedding. It was hilarious. But she called me Mama Action. I'm a doer, right? And so I'm bringing you along as well to do doing things. If you are not a doer, if you're here just for passive, this is not the track for you. Go and learn something else. Go and watch something else. We are not here to watch. We are here to do. We are here to get it done. And so we're here for results. This track is all about results-based education, not OBE as outcome-based. Yeah, it's actually outcome-based education. We're doing outcome-based education. And so this is what we're going to be going through. So this week we're going to be going through, so I'm going to break down what the week is going to look like, or what this month is going to look like, and then what the week is going to look like, right? So your business is slowly dying, and it's not because it's not getting love, the love that it needs. You've been wasting your time on things that don't matter, things that don't move the needle. It's time to shift your focus on things that bring clients, income, and more time for you. If that is something that you want, then you're in the right place. So what we're doing in this track, we're doing no nonsense. We're doing no fluff. We're doing the work that matters 1 week at a time. Are you ready? If you're ready, type in the comments, ready. Ready. That's all we want. Next slide. Okay, so the first month is all about making it sell, right? So our focus for this month, which is going to be for the next 4 weeks, is that we are going to be creating an offer that actually sells, right? You may have heard this before, an irresistible offer. And this is an offer that your audience cannot refuse, simply can't refuse, right? People will feel stupid to say no to this offer. What we're going to be doing today is that we're going to be talking about what that offer is. And the title of this lesson is your 34.9 thousand Rand offer. So remember, the Get It Done guarantee talks about 100xing your capital investment, or your 1 month's investment, right? So we're saying if you do this track, pay 349 Rand, you will 100x your investment, which is 34.9. It was supposed to be 40,000, and then Kopana was like, no, we can't get into trouble. We're going to have this, or 34.9, right? So this week we're going to be talking about 34.9 offer K. So I'm going to call it your 40 offer K, just interchangeably, right? 35K, 40K, thereabout. Then week 2 is about getting paid to set up girl math, right? Then week 2 is about getting paid to set up. Week 3 is about building your sales page. We're going to build your sales page in an hour. And then week 4 is about messaging that sells. So all of this week is about creating something that you can sell. If you are here and you are like, I'm not even sure what that is, we're going to break it down so that you have your homework, so that you can go and have your shower moments and think about what that is. Next slide. Okay, so the big idea is, even if you don't have a clear specific, so if you don't have something clear, specific, and valuable to sell, then there's nothing to market, nothing to automate, nothing to scale, and nothing to earn income from, right? And nothing to help you grow. Your product, service is not your offer, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So this week we're going to be teaching, or we're going to be teaching you how to choose and create one offer that can realistically make 40,000 Rand in the next 90 days. Okay?
And just so it's a warning, we're saying realistically, just so that Nyaki doesn't break your heart when she says, no, that won't work.
I will say that won't work, because some of us need to sell. I saw there's an email, Giselle sends the email that says you need to sell 1,000 body butters. That is not realistic, okay? If you have not sold 1 body butter, or if you've not sold 10 body butters in the past month, you are not going to sell 1,000 body butters in the next 3 months. I'm telling you right now, that is not realistic, okay? Next slide. All right, so first, we need to understand the rules of 5. So the rules of 5 talks about, well, the 5 rules of 1, actually. The 5 rules of 1 talks about this. It's a very hard thing to do, especially when you are an e-commerce brand and you've got a lot of little things. And trust me, I come from e-commerce. I know this, and this is how you scale. So if you don't know my story, the reason, or how I landed up realizing that, hey, I know how to do this thing, is I picked one product, one market, one funnel, one traffic source for a year. And in 6 months, I made R1,000,000. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. So your one target audience is, who are you going to be serving? One person. You need to have her name. You need to have her surname. You need to have where she works at her, when she wakes up in the morning, what does she go and do? Right? Not there are women in the ages brackets of 40, between ages of 40 and 39. There is no person that exists. You do not wake up in the morning and say, my name is Nyaki and I'm between the ages of 39 and 45. You do not exist. I have a name, I have an age, I have a job function, I have a husband, I have a number of children that I have. Nobody has 2.5 children. Statistically, you have either 2 or you have 3. Okay? So one target market. The second thing that you need is one product or service. And I know this is going to be difficult for a lot of us, especially if you are in e-commerce. And I'll give you, and I say e-commerce, like if you sell multiple products, and I will give you a perfect example, is the wash day box, right? So the wash day box, sorry. It helps if I give the example. So the wash day box is this little product that I have here. This product has it's one product. You see this? It's one. How many is it? It's one. One product. Yes, there were multiple products inside, but I sold it as one product. So think of your product or your service as one SKU, right? So if I was going to buy this from the shop, yes, there may be many things inside, but effectively it's a one product that I'm selling, right? So you need to have one product. The reason why is because within your product, you're only going to be able to build one funnel, and your funnel is your customer journey, right? How are you taking this person that you've named Nomthandazo all the way through selling her one thing? Because Nomthandazo doesn't need the banana and the ice cream and the lotion and the light bulb, right? She only ever needs one thing. And then one traffic source for 1 year. So one traffic source, I know all of us want to be on every social media platform, but it's chaotic. It's a mess, right? We leave our customers on unread. We don't know how things work. People are DMing us and we're not responding quickly enough, or whatever the issue is. So choose a platform. And the platform that you're going to choose is going to be dictated not by your heart's content. Nyaki loves Instagram. If my customer is not on Instagram, I need to be where my customer is. And this is the painful and the hard thing for a lot of us to be and to do, right? We're just like, no, I'm going to blow up on TikTok. My customers are on TikTok. Are they really, right? Have you ever sold anything to TikTok? Does Nomthandazo, your customer, buy on TikTok, right? And you're going to do this for a year, because some of us don't have stick-with-itness, right? It's the disease that you need to have when you're an entrepreneur. It's this virus that has to infect you. Stick-with-itness. You must stick with it, because if you don't stick with it, you're going to be flopping and flapping. And by the time Nomthandazo sees your offer, what we're going to be talking about today, she's going to be like, how? Khanti, does the person not sell this thing anymore? How? They were a coach and now they're doing products. I don't understand. 1 year. Okay. So we say 1 year because after a year, you can be like, you know what? This thing doesn't work. It's not for me. I'm not sure it's going to work. Right. So one target market. She has a name. She has a surname. I hope you guys are taking notes, because if you're not, I'm not going to repeat myself. One product, one service. I use the example of the wash day box. If you're doing e-commerce, right? If you're doing a coaching service, you need one product, right? So you have a product. We have a product called Fast Track. That is one product. If you are a health coach, you have one challenge. You've got a 330 challenge, right? One service. Feeding one funnel, so the customer flow. So how are you journeying this person? Yes, you may have multiple, we'll talk about, like in the other weeks, you may have like multiple touch points in your funnel, but effectively you're directing people to this one thing, one traffic source where your customer is. And I will tell you, a lot of our customers are actually on Facebook. I know a lot of us want to be on Instagram. I know a lot of us want to be on TikTok, but most of our customers, our buyers, are on Facebook. So Askisi, that's where you're going to be. That's where you need to be. And for 1 year, let's go. Okay, so let's start with the big things. What is an offer? So an offer is a clear solution to a real problem packaged in a way that makes people want to pay you, right? It's not your skills. It's not a list of your services. It's the result someone wants and is willing, I also want to say, and able to buy, right? So an offer are the results that you are giving someone. So an offer is a promise with a price tag. Alex Hormozy says, offers make offers so good, people feel stupid saying no. So if you think about what your person wants, an offer is the thing that is a result that they want, not necessarily the product, not necessarily the service, but the result that they want, right? So when I was selling the wash day box, people don't inherently want shampoo. People don't inherently want conditioner. Nobody wakes up in the morning thinking, ooh, I want shampoo, I want conditioner. No, what they want is clean hair. And the reason why they want clean hair is because they don't want dandruff flakes that's going to embarrass them in the meetings, right? They want conditioner, but not inherently because they want conditioner, but it's because they want their hair to be soft and manageable. So when they comb it, it's not breaking, and so they can have long hair, right? Inherently, people do not want your product. They want the results that you offer. And understand, people need to be willing, number one, but also able to pay for this thing, because some of us are selling things that people are either not willing or able to pay, right? Hand over money, right? Your target audience cannot afford this thing that you're selling, or doesn't see value it enough to be able to hand over their hard-earned money to pay for this thing. Next slide. Okay, so what makes a strong offer? So this is when we're talking about our offer, what are we saying is like, okay, this is a good offer. Nyaki's going to say, yes, this is the offer that I want, or no, this is a nonsense offer. So the first thing is that it solves a real problem, right? So not something, but it needs to solve something urgent or annoying, right? What is the urgentness that you are solving? Or what is the annoying or frustration that you are solving, right? So I'll use the example again to say when someone is buying shampoo or conditioner, the frustrating and the annoying thing is that dandruff that they have on their shoulder, right? It's the fact that when they comb their hair, the comb goes and they just see their hair breaking out, right? When you are selling coaching, people, or health coaching, right? The annoying thing or the urgent thing is that people want to fit into those jeans, right? People want to look sexy and snatched for summer, or they want to look sexy and snatched for their men. And so you need to understand what the urgent and annoying thing, the real problem that you're solving. This may take some time to think about, but consider that you need to solve the problem. The second thing is that you need to speak your customer's language, and you need to speak so what we like to say is that you need to enter the conversation that they are having in their head, not the words that you use to describe the thing, the conversation that they are having in their head. And I'll give you a perfect example in the next slide. So how are they going to describe, how do they explain it? And how do they describe it? Then the third thing is it has a promise. It must promise a specific result, right? So think website in 48 hours versus web design services, right? A lot of us are just doing web design services. A lot of us are saying, well, I do catering. What does that mean? Why are you doing it? What is the result, right? And then the fourth thing is that its price must be based on transformation, not time. So this is where a lot of us, especially in the service-based industry, get stuck, is that we try and trade our time for money, right? We try and say, well, this thing's going to take me 5 hours to work, and so therefore I need to charge 5,000 Rand because my hourly rate is 1,000 Rand. That's not necessarily true, because ultimately people are paying for the result, not how many hours that it will work for, not how many hours you work for the thing, right? So especially if you're a service-based business, if it takes me 10 minutes to do something, I can charge you 10,000 Rand, because if you were going to do it on your own, it would take you 25 hours to do it. And so the transformation that you are getting is that the benefit is that you're getting my help and the result that I'm going to be able to give to you. Okay, next slide. So what is the difference then between an offer and a service? So especially service-based businesses, I've given you 3 examples here. So someone will say, I do logo design and graphic design. Love this. I don't know what that is. I don't care about that. But a person may say, I do custom logo, brand mood board in 7 days, perfect for entrepreneurs launching fast. Okay, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm trying to launch. I need this thing, right? Nobody inherently wants graphic design services. Nobody inherently wants a logo, but I do want to launch my business fast. And so if this person is able to give me the result that I need, which is launching fast, then I'm going to book their services, right? I do social media management. Many of us are in this boat, right? I do social media management versus I offer 30 days of Instagram done for you strategy, captions, and design for 6,800 Rand. So I know what I'm getting, I know what the outcome is, and I know what the price is, because some of us, we forget that part, right? And then the third one is I offer makeup for events. How much better does I do flawless 45-minute face beat for weddings and photo shoots, which includes a touch-up kit for 1,750 Rand, even if you don't have the price there. That is a suitable offer because you know exactly what you're going to be getting, right? It's not just makeup. It doesn't leave you with questions. It's specific. It's outcome and results driven, and it's an easy yes or no, right? If I don't want makeup, I'm going to say no. If I want makeup, I'm going to say yes. I offer makeup for events. Are you going to stay there the whole day? Is it like what kind of makeup? If you say face beat, I know like it's going to be the whole shebang. Face beat for me says lashes and what's these eyebrows and all the contouring and everything. And then the touch up as well. It means you're going to be there the whole day, right? So that's the difference. And that's the type of, when we talk about speaking the language that your customer uses, this is what we're talking about. Next slide.
Even if somebody says that I offer makeup, it's like, so are you going to put on my face?
Okay, so some of the common mistakes that people make when creating offers, and I want you guys to write these down. So the first thing is no clear outcome, right? If the result isn't obvious, nobody is buying. Some of us, a lot of us are stuck in this, right? I do accounting. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Right? Or you offer too much effort with too little payoff, right? People don't want hard, they want done. I have a health coaching program that's going to take you 1 year to complete, and all you need to do is wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do 29 push-ups every day and then eat like kale. Woo! For 5 kgs, ma'am, that is a lot of work. Very little payoff. Right? Selling features and not outcomes. Coaches, we do this a lot. So coaching calls isn't an offer, but my coaching calls are going to help you launch your business in 30 days. That is the offer, because people don't inherently want to get on a call with you. Nobody wants to speak to you. I know we love talking, but nobody thinks, oh, let me book a call with Kopano and Nyaki just to check how they are. No, you book a call with Nyaki and Kopano because you want to find out how we can help you launch your business, right? How we can help you scale your business. Okay, overpriced for low value. If the dream outcome is small, the price better be smaller. So sometimes we overvalue our outcome, right? Or overvalue our offer and price it too high, which is something that a lot of us do, right? It's like we say like, oh no, you're going to lose 5 pounds. It's going to cost you, or 5 kilograms, and it's going to cost you 10,000 Rand. That seems like a lot of money to pay for 10,000 Rands for 5 kilograms, right? And so we don't offer, we don't value, we don't attach, we don't match the value of what we're putting out there with what we're asking for. And then we underprice from fear. So this is the opposite of what we do, right? We don't discount your way to confidence, increase your value. So this is the opposite of the fourth one. It's to say, if you're wanting to charge a specific price, you would rather increase the value. So add more things in the box, add more things in the service, or add more things in the offer than decrease your price, and never discount your price, right? So for example, the wash day box, if the wash day box, I was selling the wash day box for 450 Rand, it had 5 products in it. If there were months that I could only put 3 products in it, I would still sell it for 450 Rand, because what the experience that you're getting far outweighs the product that's inside the product, right? Or that's inside the box. Okay, next slide. Okay, so now we talk about why this matters. So this matters because if your content isn't clear, these are the things that's going to happen. Or your offer isn't clear, these are the things that's going to happen. Your content won't convert. On social media, you're going to be talking to a bottomless pit. People are not going to understand what is going on. People are not going to understand what you're talking about. People are not going to want to engage with your things. People are not going to want to take action, right? We always have call to actions in our content, but if your offer, if the thing that you're not putting in front of people is not clear, your content will not convert, regardless of what the outcome that you want is, right? Your emails won't land, right? So at some point we are going to start emailing, but I know a lot of us are already emailing. So we're not going to open your emails because this is going to be like, I'm not really sure what they want. And if they do open them, I'm still not really sure what they want. And so your emails won't land, and ultimately your funnel won't work, right? So everything we build from here depends on the strength of your offer. So from now, this is week one of Get It Done, is that you need to structure your offer. You need to be able to think about what your offer is, because if your offer is weak, your process is going to be weak, right? Your funnel is going to be weak. Your system is going to be weak. We need you to sit and think about what your offer is, because if you do not take it seriously, you're not going to have that like revelation of like, oh, okay, this is what it is, right? And most of the time, if products are failing, if your service and your business are failing, it's probably because of your offer, right? It's because of what you are putting in front of people. It's how you're explaining it, the conversation. You're not meeting people with the conversation that they're having in their heads. Okay, next slide. I think we might be done. Right, we're done. Okay, so your homework. We need you to name your offer, right? Whatever you want to name it, you can name it how you feel. What problem does it solve? Okay, so remember we said that it needs to solve a real problem. It needs to be urgent or annoying, solve the problem. What do people walk away with? What is in the stack? What is in the, so we call it a value stack or an offer stack. What is in the stack? What are they getting? What are the tangible things they're getting, right? So if it's an exercise, if it's a challenge, if it's a health challenge, they're going to get a workbook. They're going to get training materials. They're going to get support. They're going to get guidance, right? If it's a wash day box, they're going to get something to wash their hair with. They're going to get something to condition their hair with. They're going to get something to moisturize their hair with, right? It may be different things, but that's what ultimately what they're going to be getting. What are they going to walk away with? What is the price, right? How much is this thing going to cost? And what are the payment terms, right? Is it that they're going to pay once off? Are we getting paid? Are they going to pay in installments? Is it a subscription? What's the price, right? How are we going to pay? And then the fifth one is, how many do I need to sell to hit this goal of 40,000 Rand per month, or 40,000 Rand? So the 34.9K, right? How many do I need to sell? And this is where we need you to be objectively. This is like as an entrepreneur, if you can't be objective in your business, you are going to fail dismally. And it's a painful thing. But Ben and I are always pulling ourselves to being objective. Well, it's like, no, actually, I wouldn't buy from me. And we've had to do it with ourselves, right? Which is like, yeah, this is the best. You're intraambulant. You're. And then you're just like, objectively, from the outside looking in, I would not buy this. And so that's where we need to be, right? So how many do you need to sell objectively to reach that 40K month? And if it's 1,000, we need to rethink about what your offer is, because nobody is going to sell. You're not going to go from selling 2 to selling 1,000 in a week, guys. It's not possible. I will tell you right now. It doesn't matter how amazing you think your product is or your offer is. Objectively, try and think about how you're going to make that 40K. So if it's body butters, maybe you're selling a bundle of body butters, right? So maybe you're selling bundles. So instead of selling a body butter for 100 Rand, and now you need to sell however many, that's many 400 body butters, maybe you're selling 6 packs or 10 packs, or you're selling them in a tray, right? Get your year's supply of body butter for 4,000 Rand. That's an offer. Or for 1,000 Rand, that's an offer. You only need to sell 40 of this, right? So think about how you're going to structure your offer so that you can sell and make 40,000 Rand, or at least 34.9 thousand Rand. Okay, and then your actions. So this is where we are going to hold you accountable. This is where we're going to be checking up on your homework. This is where, as a group, we're going to hold each other accountable. Is that your action then is to upload your offer plan inside the ClubSheIs membership. So we're going to send you an email after this to be able to instruct you on how to do it. But all you need to do is there's a document that you're going to download that's attached to this video. So you're going to download the video, and then you're going to attach it in the group so that we can see what your 40K offer is. And then that's the first thing. And then the second thing that I want you to do is if someone has posted their offer, I want you to go in and inspect their offer and say, yes, I would buy this, or I'm not sure this is for me. This is not something that I would do. I feel like I might be your ideal client, but this is 100% something that I will not do, either because I'm not willing to do it or because I'm not able to do it. And a lot of the time, if you're not willing, it's because you haven't communicated the value correctly, right? So if I'm not able to, it might be, well, I think maybe you are trying to sell a product that costs 100,000 Rand to someone who earns 10,000 Rand. Not going to work, not able, right? And so we need you guys to be able to complete your tasks and do your tasks and have it completed by the next week that we appear. So by next week, Tuesday, you need to have done your homework and posted it inside the club. So regardless of when you're watching this video, the idea is that it will be continued, right? You can start whenever you start, you just keep going. The track is the process. The process is the process, right? So it's do the offer, and then we'll move on to week 2 and week 3 and week 4. So regardless of when you start, don't fall off. But if you fall off, you're going to start again.
Start from the beginning.
We need you to realize. Okay.
And so, this is an opportunity in the group, right? If you say, guys, I feel like I need to beef up my thing, you know, it's a bit skinny, you know, you've got a skinny cow, you need a nice fat cow. You're just like, guys, I need to beef up my offer and I don't know how to do it. You have people who are creative, or you have your client in the club. That is the thing. Actually, I think that might be our hashtag, client in the club, because that's what happens. You have a client or a collaborator within the club. It happens all the time. That is the blessing of the club, right? Is that if you tell people what you do, you will find someone who's in your audience inside the club. So you tell them, guys, I have body butters. I feel like I can't sell a pack of 10 for 1,000 Rand. And people can help you and say, hey, why don't you also send a guide? Why don't you beef it up by maybe putting in a body brush? Why don't you beef it up by, you know, making it a body butter experience? So share in the group. Let's talk to each other, work it out. So when we say Tuesday, you must be done, give yourself time to work and rework it so that Tuesday you can finalize and say, guys, here it is. I'm done. I think I'm done, you know, because we want you to get to the 40K thing. And that's the point of being in a community, is that you're not alone. You have people to, 1, hold you accountable, but 2, also help you wrestle with it. So we really want you to wrestle with your offer so that everybody has a good offer at the end of the day, right? So share with the group and say, this is what I have been thinking, guys. I have to sell 400 body butters. I can't do it. Help me. Okay. We had another graphic designer who works full-time. Guys, I just don't have the time. Practically, I don't have time to have that many clients to make 40,000 Rand a month. So what can I do? How can I rethink it? Do I make a course? Do I maybe, you know, have really expensive services? We work it out, right? We work it out. All right.
Perfect. Okay, so you're going to post in the community, or you're going to post, well, you're going to post in the community, but chat about it in the WhatsApp group. So we're going to keep the WhatsApp group clear for chatting, but definitely post in the community and you'll get details attached to this video. Okay, that's it.